And George joins me now from the Pentagon. George, welcome. You heard President Obama just a few moments ago in a meeting with Ban Ki-moon said North Korea needs to stop its belligerent approach. The temperature needs to be lowered. There was an expression of desire that China get more involved. China's foreign minister is warning North Korea, saying they do not allow troublemaking at the doorsteps of China. Is that enough? Do we need more from China? Do they need to get even more involved than they are right now?
I think we've heard a number of expressions from Chinese officials that they're very concerned about North Korean behavior, and we welcome the Chinese statements. The Chinese, we, the South Koreans, the Japanese, a number of countries in the region and beyond are very concerned about what North Korea is doing.
Would you welcome more? Would you like China to do more than it's doing right now?
I think that they have been very strong in their statements, and we look forward to their continued engagement on this very important issue, Jake.
So, George, I want to ask you, we've heard whispers of a sea-based X-band radar system being sent into the Pacific. This is significant, of course, because it is part of our missile defense system to prepare for a possible North Korean missile launch. Can you confirm this?
I can, Jake. We do have an SBX system that is part of our missile defense and tracking system deployed to the Central Pacific. I can't tell you precisely where it is because I wouldn't want to put our very sophisticated radar on the North Korean radar. We jokingly call this the floating golf ball, and it's a long-range golf ball, I can tell you that. It's a very important part of our missile defense architecture and is intended to help counter our missile threats in the region.
George, hold on one second. I want to play the sound from President Obama.
Approach that they've been taking and to try to lower temperatures. Nobody wants to see a conflict on the Korean Peninsula. But it's important for North Korea, like every other country in the world, to observe the basic rules and norms that are set forth, including a wide variety of UN resolutions that have passed. And we will continue to try to work to resolve some of those issues diplomatically, even as I indicated to the Secretary General that the United States will take all necessary steps to protect its people and to meet our obligations under our alliances in the region. We talked about Middle East peace, where there is...
So, George, we'll let President Obama continue talking. I want to ask you, George, you were at that hearing with Secretary Hagel and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Martin Dempsey. I want to play something that Congressman Doug Lamborn asked General Dempsey, citing a report from the Defense Intelligence Agency about North Korea's capabilities.
DIA assesses with moderate confidence the North currently has nuclear weapons capable of delivery by ballistic missiles. However, the reliability will be low.
So North Korea has nuclear missiles, and they might be unreliable, but DIA assesses that North Korea has nuclear missiles they could fire that could hit Guam or Japan. Is that what I'm to take from that?
Jake, I think you can understand that I can't get into classified intelligence assessments, but we are very concerned about North Korea's growing missile capabilities. They've demonstrated their willingness to invest in missile technologies in violation of their international obligations. And we do think that over time they might develop greater capabilities, and that's why we've put 14 new ground-based interceptors in Alaska, for instance. It's a direct response to the North Korean threat.
But that conclusion the Congressman was reading, that was unclassified, so surely you could elaborate on that the North Koreans have missiles with nuclear capability, even though they might not be all that reliable.
Well, the conclusion, in fact, may be unclassified, but the underlying content is definitely classified.
All right. One other question about the North Korean missiles. If this missile launch happens, but is not aimed at any specific target, is aimed in the middle of the ocean, would the U.S. try to shoot down the missile?
We are prepared to respond to any missile threat. I'm not going to speculate as to what we may or may not do. We do believe that the North Koreans should do the right thing and not launch a missile. We wouldn't be surprised if they did, and we're ready to do so. We're ready to respond if they do. What our response will or won't be, I'm not prepared to say. But they should stand down, and I agree with the President entirely. They need to take the temperature down overall.
All right, George Little at the Pentagon, thank you so much.
Thank you.